Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my 2 weeks review of my auto mower, Husqvarna auto mower. I've been having it running in my yard for 2 weeks. I really like it. So I'm making a series of videos talking about different aspects of this mower, and this is number 3 on my video. I will talk about how well it cuts. In my previous video, I was talking about different boundaries, and as you can see, it's running close to the road now. But in this video, I want to talk about how well it cuts. So you probably know that actually most of the auto lawnmower, the way it cuts is there are three pivoting blades under it that cut. And then the idea of this kind of pivoting blades is it's kind of like a string trimmer. If it cuts anything, it's gonna, like anything hard like rocks, it will pivot so that it will not break the blade. And like string trimmer, it doing very small cut, like mulching your grass. It's not cutting much, but then it cuts very often so that it maintain your grass. So if you just walk behind it, it's not really visible that your grass is being cut. And in fact, the first time I have it running, I even worry about there's no blades on it. I was like, hey, I don't see anything being cut. And did they install the blade? Do I have to install a blade? I literally turn it off and flip it over just to make sure the 3 blades are there. But then you just have to be patient. I have to wait until day 3. I have to wait 3 days before I see a very visible result on my grass, and I notice that my grass is being cut and it is much shorter compared to where it started. So I guess this is just how this lawnmower is. It's not cutting much, it's not visible, but then day by day, gradually, you're gonna see a very obvious result in there. So of course it cuts grass, but then what else it cuts, right? There are weeds in my yard, as you can see. This is one example in there. So certainly it's not gonna pull the weeds for you. It's not gonna kill the weed, but at least they cut the weed to the same level as your grass, so it's cutting very well. I also have some branches in my yard. So this is an example of what I mean. So I have this tree in my yard, and then I have these branches coming from the roots of this tree from underground. And then if you see, they're kind of the same leaf as the tree, so that's why I know they're from the same tree. And they're pretty thick, some of them you can see. Like example here. So my auto mower cut these trees. So I guess on the day 1 of my auto mower, I literally saw the auto mower driving through this area and then nothing was being cut. I kind of worried about it, but then as I mentioned, day by day, you see this area being cut, and in the end, you see these roots are the same level as the rest of the grass now. And of course, there are some high branches in there very close to the tree. Just because they're too close to the tree, the auto mower usually bounce off from the tree, so it's not being cut here. But then at least it's give you a reference on this is how tall all these branches were before, but now you see they're all being cut in there. So I would say it's very well. Another example I want to mention is about the tall grass. So certainly if you read the manual, they will say you want to make sure you cut your grass with any gas lawnmower pretty short before you start to use your lawnmower. And then in my case, when I first started using auto mower, my grass is actually very long if you watch my first video. The reason is because before I install it, I did cut my grass and very low, and then I installed it. But then the first lawnmower I got, the first auto mower I got, it got a broken sensor on it. So I had to send it back, wait for a replacement for a week. So in the end, after I got this second replacement lawnmower, my grass has grown a lot. and I didn't want to cut it again with gas mower, so I just let my auto mower deal with it, and it's actually pretty well. I bought the high version of it, so my capacity is from 2-inch to 3.6-inch height of grass, and when I started, my grass is definitely higher than 3.6. After 3 days, the grass looks very well actually. After 3 days, and you can see the grass is being cut and maintained very well. So I stayed on 3.6-inch for a week, and before I lower it again into 3.2 now. I like how high they are, so I think this is where I'm gonna stay at the height of my grass, and yeah, this is where I will stay, to 3.2-inch in here. All right, thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and then in my next video I want to talk about the terrain capability of this auto mower.